What was it like to be a frontier gambler? Well, gambling was undoubtedly the number one entertainment in the Old West, since nearly everyone from cowboys, miners, businessmen, lumberjacks, lawmen, and outlaws alike all played games for both pleasure and profit. So whenever a new settlement was established, the first building erected would be a gambling hall. And you'll discover more about why after watching this video. So let's unwind the clock and travel back to the era of the frontier gamblers. So, did you know that the California Gold Rush set the unprecedented largest immigration for gamblers in the West? And in no time, San Francisco, California, became the hotspot for frontier gamblers. Famous gambling houses were built all over the place, such as one in Portsmouth Square and more. It also bloomed on the nearby mining camps all throughout the route that passed through Panama to California, known as the Gambler's Route. It was said that dealers lay in wait almost everywhere, and expeditions to the gold fields often already ended in camps, even before it began. Since gambling houses were literally scattered everywhere, and because of the railroads and cattle industries, many more individuals gathered to join the gambling craze as they had plenty of cash to wager. It's just that these different types of people, when mixed into a group, also spelled trouble. Then speaking about trouble, a frontier gambler stereotype was a tall, well-groomed gentleman wearing a black tailored suit and a mustache. He also exudes a calm demeanor, but when crossed, he becomes a cold-blooded troublemaker.
Before continuing, we would really appreciate a like to this video. If you also want to see similar content in the future, consider subscribing and activating the notification bell.
And although men were the most prominent gamblers, such as Billy the Kid, Pat Garrett, Doc Holliday, Wild Bill Hickok, and Wyatt Earp, still Old West women also placed their bets, and some even became quite popular. One in particular was Madame Mustache, who played Del Faro, and even owned her own gambling house. Then there was also Poker Alice, known for her nearly 40-year-long career, and Kitty Leroy, who didn't just have excellent gambling skills but also feared for being unafraid of shooting pesky men. So frontier gamblers represented all genders, nationalities, and races. Since during the gold rush, many prospectors came from all over the world. But what games do they prefer to play? Actually, most gamblers favored fast-paced games, for it let them rake profits more quickly. And that's why Faro became the king of all gambling games. Despite that, they also played three-card Monte, roulette, chuck-a-luck, and so on. Meanwhile, poker, which was considered a slow-paced game, only gained popularity later as it became gradually known and got associated with such events as Hickok's Dead Man's Hand. Though most games were played with cards, frontier gamblers were also known for being willing to bet anything and gambled even outside the saloon's gambling tables, as they wager on horse racing, cockfighting, and even street brawl. So maybe gambling had allowed these people back then to at least be distracted on how hard was the rough and tumble life in the lawless frontier, since they already took the risk and gambled their lives when they started heading west for a better opportunity to begin with. And with that, frontier gamblers became deeply enamored with the thrill and excitement of putting everything on the line for the sake of even the slightest chance of profit, but of course, through gambling. Ultimately, being a frontier gambler captivated the Western spirit of being a fearless risk-taker. You've discovered an amazing story about frontier gamblers. So click this and discover another amazing story about what a Wild West duel really looked like.